Okay, this workout is a solo striking technique workout, including both stand-up striking and ground striking. So for those purposes, you're going to need obviously some floor space. You're going to need a heavy bag, a hanging heavy bag, preferably also a freestanding bag or a grappling bag that you can strike on the ground with. If not, you could always take down your heavy bag and use that on the ground, or you could go with the shadow fighting drill on the ground. This is going to be 13 3-minute rounds with 1-minute rest periods, one of which those rounds is just a warm-up round. So that'll be the workout coming up. Enjoy it. Okay, this is a pre-workout stretch complex. I'm going to start by standing with your feet close together, hands up over your head, and just stretch towards the ceiling. Feel it stretching throughout your torso. Lean back slightly. Just feel it stretching your abs. Come back to the middle. And swing your arms in a circle. Forward. Swing in the other direction. Loosen up your shoulders. Okay, now swing them across. Stretch out your chest. Nice and loose. Okay, now hold one arm straight across your chest. Pin it down and feel it stretching the back of your shoulder, your upper back. Other side. Okay. And behind your back, you're going to look up and down and stretch your neck. All the way up, all the way down. Now you're going to look from side to side. All the way, feel it stretching, sides your neck. Now you're going to go ear to shoulder, ear to other shoulder. Now you're going to rotate. Not all the way around, but up to this point here, then go the other direction. Feel it stretching all around your neck. Okay, good. Hold your hands out like this, grab your fingers in front and feel it hollow out your upper back. You can feel the back of your neck and the back of your shoulders stretching, and your upper back as well. Switch and grab the other fingers with the other hand. Okay. Hands behind your head like this, lace your fingers, and you're going to lean backwards. Feel your abs stretching. Now you're going to bend forward at the waist. Just to here. Lean back again. And rotate your hips to one side. And rotate it to the other side. Back the other way. And back the other way again. Feel stretching all the way around your abs and your back. Okay, back to the middle. Feet together. You're going to bend forward at your waist, keeping your legs straight, and reach towards the ground. You don't have to go as far down as me, just feel the stretch in your hamstrings.
Gradually let yourself go a little deeper into it. And now you're going to keep your legs straight and turn to put your hands straight to the others, to one side. Gradually try to go a little bit deeper. Now swing around to the other side, nice and slow. Same thing. Back to the middle. And up.
Okay, now find yourself something to lean against. A wall will work. You're going to stretch out your quad. Grab your instep. Pull your foot up towards your butt. Feel it stretching through your quadricep muscle. Press your hip forward slightly. And then switch to the other side. Same thing. The more you press your hip forward, the more you're going to stretch out your hip flexor as well. Okay, good. Now also against the wall, you can do a calf stretch. Take the ball of your foot, put it against the wall, put your heel close to the wall, and then try to get your hip as close to the wall as you can. Feel it stretching through your calf muscle. And switch feet. Same thing. Okay, next, come back to the middle. You're going to put your feet shoulder width apart, maybe slightly less than that. And you're going to squat down, keeping your heels on the ground. Put your elbows, your hands in front of you. Just hold that for a moment. You want to feel it stretching through your groin, through your glutes, your hamstrings, your hips, and your lower back also. Key is to keep your heels on the ground. Begin leaning forward. Hold that, feel the stretch. Then, if you can, now start putting your let your elbows hang down and get them to the floor. Also while keeping your heels on the floor. Feel the stretching in your lower back, your upper back, your hips. Now if you can, put your hands out in front of you, extended, and let gravity bring you down a little bit further into the stretch. Okay, next, hands flat on the floor if you can, and extend your legs up straight. If you can get them all the way straight, great. If you can't, then let your hands come up off the floor until your legs go straight. And come up, hands up over your head, tilt back slightly, back to the middle, and we're done. Okay, this first drill is just a warm-up drill. It's a Tai Chi warm-up. You're going to start with your feet wide, back straight up, and you're going to squat down, bring your fingers, drag them across the ground, come up like this. All right? Then you're going to push straight out in front of you. Drag your fingers across the ground, keep your back straight. You're going to go out to the side. Fingers across the ground, up to the ceiling. Fingers across the ground, Lunge to one side and push out. Come back. Lunge to the other side and push out. Come back. That's going to be the drill coming up next. Okay, this shadow fighting drill is footwork, evasion, and blocking all mixed together. So you're going to start with doing a footwork circle drill. Moving laterally in a circle, not crossing your feet. Go back the other way. Gonna move forward. Gonna move backwards. Forwards. Backwards. Come back to a fighting stance. You duck, slip, slip, roll, roll. Duck, slip, slip, roll, roll. While moving forward and backwards. Then you're going to go into some blocking. Etc. Then at the end of the round, we're going to mix it up. All right, so you're going to move, block, slip, roll, everything mixed together. That'll be the drill coming up. Okay, this heavy bag drill is going to be boxing combinations. You're going to need your heavy bag and you need some gloves, all right? Basically, what you're going to do is your work boxing combos. You know, typically 2, 3, 4, 5 strikes at a time of different types. All right? Make sure you're working technique, moving around the bag, all right? Slipping and rolling at the same time. Multiple different strike types. Keep moving. Imagine you're fighting an imaginary opponent, and that'll be the drill. Boxing combinations coming up. Okay, this next heavy bag drill is kicking. All right, so you're basically just going to kick the bag, all your different kicking techniques in one round. All right, so you can work from ball kicks, from the lead and the rear. You can work your side kicks. You can work roundhouse kicks. You can work hook kicks. Or any other type of kick you like. All right, you can do them in sequence. You can do them for reps. You can work both sides, but keep it all to kicking for the upcoming drill. Okay, this next heavy bag drill is going to be American kickboxing combinations. When I say American kickboxing, I'm talking just punching and kicking in combination, all right? So no knees or elbows or headbutts here. So, for example, right, you got front ball, right, left, right hook. You got left, right roundhouse, right, etc. Right, work all different punch and kick types and work them in combination. I'm going to do that for the upcoming drill. Okay, this next heavy bag drill, you're working knees, elbows, and headbutts. All right, you can do them as singular strikes or you can do them in combination as well, but stick to knees, elbows, and headbutts. So, for example, right, you got headbutts from the front, from the side, etc. You got all different types of elbow techniques, and you got your knees, all different techniques. All right, refer to our literature, all right, to our site for information on the techniques, but work only knees, elbows, and headbutts for this drill. Okay, in this drill, you're going to work freestyle striking combinations on a heavy bag. So you need a heavy bag for this. When I say freestyle striking, that means you can use punches, kicks, headbutts, elbows, knees, all different manner of striking is available to you, and work combinations. Combinations of 2, 3, 4, 5 strikes at a time. So, for example, you could go with the front ball kick. All right, followed up by a combination. Throw it up by knees. You can throw in some clinching if you'd like, right? But we're going to work combinations of all different types of strikes for the entire time period of the drill coming up. Okay, for the upcoming drill we have on the heavy bag, we have freestyle striking clinch combinations. So freestyle striking means you got punches, you got kicks, you got elbows, knees, headbutts. But here we're also including the clinch. All right, so for example, you start with an entry, you go into a clinch and throw a series of strikes from here, maybe an out strike, and then come back from the starting position. Then go for another clinch. All right, so you're going to include clinches in your freestyle striking combinations for the duration of this drill. Okay, this next drill we got ground striking from the guard. All right, so you need a heavy bag, and you're going to basically stay in the guard position, different variations of the guard position, and throw all different strikes for the duration of the time period. So start here, come down, start in the closed guard. All right, you can shift up to a high guard or a vale tudo guard. So strikes from here. You can change it up by going and throwing kicks here from an open guard, stand up, but always go back to that guard position for the duration of the round and throw strikes. That's the drill coming up. Okay, this next drill, you're going to need a heavy bag on the ground. This is ground striking from all top or control positions. All right, so you need something on the ground, either a hanging bag that you put on the ground or a freestanding bag you can lay down. All right, you want to transition from one position to another. So start in the guard, for example. Right, throw strikes. Go to the knee on stomach. Go to side mount. Transition to full mount, etc. You're going to rotate around to different positions, throw strikes from all different ground control positions and top positions. That'll be the drill coming up. Okay, for this heavy bag drill, we're doing boxing counter combinations. So fists only, punching only, but it's going to be off of a counter to your opponent's strike. So imagine a strike coming in. So for example, you got a straight punch coming at the head. So you slip it and you go for a combination. Other side can be the same thing. All right, then you can work on a hook. So hook coming in, roll it, and a combination. So always imagine, throwing out combination as a counter off your opponent's strike. That's what we got for the upcoming drill. Okay, for this heavy bag drill, we've got American kickboxing counter combinations. So you're doing fists and feet, no elbows, knees, headbutts, but you're doing a counter combination to your opponent's strike. So imagine a strike coming into you. If you got, for example, a straight punch to the head, got the overhand with a counter here, right, and come in with a counter strike. Right, again, try to include both, kicks and punches. All right, so if you got a hook punch coming in, right? Hook, right? Throw that counter combination and do that for the duration of the upcoming drill. Okay, for this heavy bag drill, we have freestyle striking counter combinations. So you're using all striking weapons in fists and feet, plus knees, elbows, headbutts, and we are throwing a counter combination to opponent's incoming strike. So if you have, for example, that straight punch coming to the head, instead of using a punch or a kick as a counter, you might use an elbow. So coming into the head, you go elbow to the ribs, elbow back up to the head, and counter, right? You can also envision elbows and knees coming at your head, right? Or at your body, right? So you want to be able to counter off of those as well, all right? So you can look at our literature for different striking counter combinations off of all different types of strikes. Alright, so similar to the pre-workout, you're going to start here. Raise your hands up to the sky, lean back slightly so you feel the stretch through your abdomen, then come forward.
Keep your feet flat on the floor, legs straight. Bring your palms down as close as you can to the floor. Gonna rotate now to one side. Again, keeping both legs straight. Try to get your chin down towards your knee if you can. If you can touch it, that's great. Go to the other side. Same thing, you can get your chin down towards your knee, that's great. Back to the middle.
And back up. Alright. Same thing as in the pre-workout complex. Hand on the wall. Quad stretch. We do the post-workout stretching. You can push yourself a little bit. After the workout is when you can increase your flexibility. Pre-workout is more just about preventing injury. Post-workout is about increasing flexibility. So you can push yourself a little bit. Switch to the other side. And you can push your hip forward a little bit. Feel the stretch through your quad and your hip flexor. Okay. Now we're going to do calf stretch against the wall. Ball your foot against the wall, heel on the ground. Lean forward, try to touch your nose to the wall. Feel the stretch through your calf. Other side. Same thing. Okay, let's come back to the middle. Going to do that same stretch we did in the pre-workout, right? Where you're getting down low, keeping your butt towards the floor in a squat position, heels on the ground, elbows down towards the floor. Let yourself sink down, lower and lower and lower. Heels on the floor and elbows as close as getting the floor, if not on the floor. Hands outstretched in front of you. Feel gravity pulling your upper body down now. Keep your butt low. Heels still on the floor. Okay, now you're going to sit down. Feet together, knees wide. Butterfly stretch. Grab your toes. Pull your toes up towards your head. And you put your elbows on the inside of your legs. Bring your nose down towards your toes. Your toes towards your forehead. Good. Up. You're going to stick one leg out straight. One leg over like this. And hug your knee into your chest. The glute stretch.
Good. Take your elbow, put it on this side of your knee, and turn towards the back. You're going to feel the stretching through your back, and your hip and your glute. Okay, come back to the middle. Other side, one leg over. Hug that knee in tight. If you can, put this foot on the floor. That's what you want to try to do. All right, now let's do the same thing here. Elbow on this side of the leg, hand on the floor, and twist. Okay, back to the middle. Now what we're going to do, spread your legs wide. Both legs out straight, toes up. And you're going to bend forward slightly at the waist. Slowly going a little bit lower and a little bit lower, supporting yourself with your hands. Keep going lower, as low and slowly as you can go. Now stretch your arms out straight in front of you. Make sure you're breathing nice and deep, nice and slow, full breaths, all the way out, and all the way back in. And scoot forward a little bit, make your legs a little bit wider. Again, like I said, here's where you can push yourself in terms of your flexibility after your workout. Where you're going to gain more flexibility. Try to get your head to the floor. Okay, now walk yourself back up. You're going to reach towards one side, reach towards your toe. You can grab your foot, great. Hand up towards the sky, look at your fingers. Feel the stretch towards you, through your back a bit. Now you're going to go all the way down, both hands to one foot, head towards the knee. Now you're going to take this hand and stick it out in front of you, the lower hand, while trying to hold this. If you can't reach your foot, obviously just reach over this way. And now look up towards the ceiling. Okay, now slowly bring yourself back up, supporting yourself, and go to the other side. Slowly go to this side, reach out this way, and up towards the sky, looking at your fingers. And then reach towards your foot with the other hand, nose to the knee. Bottom hand threads through, out in front of you. Look up towards the sky. And slowly support yourself and come up towards the middle. Stretch your legs wide. Lean forward again. Slide your hands out in front of you. Nose to the floor. This is where you can really push yourself from a flexibility standpoint. Walk yourself back up. Okay, next thing you're going to do here is you're going to start in this position, roll backwards. Try to get your feet on the floor. Little stretch through your back, your neck. Now you're going to slowly rotate to one side. Walk yourself over to the other side. Try to keep your legs straight as you can get them. Back to the middle. And now try to sink low and try to get your knees as close as you can to the floor. Straighten back up. And roll up. Okay. Next thing, further quad stretch. This foot comes here, pull it back behind you. You see, actually, do this side. Foot comes back behind you, like so, and slowly lay backwards. You may not be able to do this initially. If you can't, just do a regular quad wall stretch at the wall. If it hurts your knee, also don't do this. Go to the wall and do the quad wall stretch. Now what you can do, if you can stretch it even further, put this foot flat on the floor, shoulders in tight, and do like a one-legged bridge, like this. Push your hip up towards the ceiling. You can really feel that stretch through here. Okay, now roll over to the other side. Same thing on the other side. This foot comes all the way back. Slowly bring yourself down. Start just here with your back with your butt on the floor. And if you can, bring this foot here. Press your hip up towards the ceiling. Good. Release. Come back down. Okay. Next thing we're going to do, this is getting towards the end here, is one foot stays flat on the floor, the other one's out straight. Turn your toes out, heel in, bring it down across your leg. Now what you're going to do is reach through and grab your own shin. Next, take this, bring your knee towards your nose. You're going to basically curl up, try to get your nose as close to your knee as you can. Hugging your leg, hugging your shin. Next, you're going to stick your leg straight up in the air. Take this foot, get as close to your forehead as you can. Obviously, you're seeing me do this stuff. I've been doing this a long time. You're not going to be able to do this right away, most likely. So get as close as you can to it. And take this leg, slowly let it drop down. This position here, off the ground. And if you need more stretching, you can pull this foot back here, the top of your head or even behind your head. I can't bring it behind my head, but some people can. Okay, release that. Go straight up in the air. Feel that stretch through your hamstring and your calf. Bring it down. Other leg. Same thing from here. Toes out, heel in. Over the knee. Reach through, grab your own shin. Next, you hug it in. Next, extend your leg up straight. Toe towards your forehead. Hold it. Next, let that leg drop down slowly. Hold it. Next, a little bit more. Bring that foot back. Release. Leg up. Straighten it out. And go down slowly. Stretch out this way. Stretch out your abdominals. Roll over to your stomach. Hands out straight like this. Bring them in tight. And look up to the ceiling. Rotate to one side. Rotate to the other. Feel it stretching in your abs. Hands down like this. And stretch all the way back. Okay. Take your butt back. Arms outstretched. Hold it, you should feel this stretching through your lower back and your upper back. Now draw up, keeping your arms straight. Cat stretch like this. You should feel this stretching through the back of your shoulders. Next, stand here. Straighten your legs. Come down. Stand up. And you're done. Workout over.